Hi everybody, it's Anne from Reveille Design Collection. I'm just going to do a resin video today, first one I've ever done, so please bear with me. And I'm going to try to do the striations as per Pouring Your Heart Out Julie Katz, who does just amazing resin items of all shapes and sizes, and she makes her own moulds and etc, and which I'm hoping to buy from her, and she's just amazing, and I've watched her for about 18 months now and I've learned so much. So bear with while I mix up a quantity of plain resin, and then we'll split it and put colours in. Okay, bear with. Hi, now I've got I'm back again. I've just mixed up 1:1 this just resin diamond coat hardener and resin. I've done 100 grams of each, and now it's going to be a long stir for another 3 minutes, and I'll come back to you again if you don't want to watch me stirring, do you? So just I'll be back. Okay, so now I've mixed my resin up. As I say, it's diamond coat by Just Resin. This is a particularly stinky resin. It does let off quite a lot of I don't know if it's not as toxic. I wouldn't say it's, I don't know, but anyway, wear a mask. That's all I can say. I've got a mask on now. I'm now going to separate this into 3 pots, which I'm not sure you can see, but I will try and adjust. So 3 pots. Nope, not quite. Okay, let's move again. I'm not very good at this, am I? 4 pots. 4 pots. One is going to have just a tiny bit of resin in with some foil. And the other 3, I've got some purple Let's Resin alcohol ink, and these 2 are all I can say is they're Chinese, but it's like a pale grey blue and gold. So I'm going to make up 3 parts. I tend to put more than enough pigment in, because you want a dense colour, you don't want a watery colour, and these were so cheap from Amazon that really it doesn't matter. So here we go. So roughly 3. I'm not going to measure. I'm not that pedantic. Oops. Oh, trouble is with wearing a mask. I don't know. It seems to interfere with my sight. Doesn't make sense, does it really? I've levelled my board, so all good. I'm just going to make 3. And also, if you end up with any resin left over, always put it in something, because you can make no end of things just with the just with the drips. At the moment, I'm filling up an alphabet, so every day when I do resining, if I've got anything left, it becomes a letter of the alphabet. So, and they'll go into key rings hopefully at some point. I've never done a craft fair. In this country we don't seem to have so many as in Australia and all that, and America. So, but and I'm terrified. I have to say, I'm terrified of not selling anything and looking silly. But I am. That's my ambition. That this year I will do a fair. Now I'm using just wooden sticks because they're not much good for anything afterwards, and they are wood. They're biodegradable, so hopefully that'll work. So this is the purple going into this one. So I'm going to put a good wallop of it in there. And I want the colour to be so that I can't see the stick through it, if you see what I mean. So that to me is going to be, it's going to need a bit more. I don't know. Who knows? It's all a mystery to me. It's a good mix in, doesn't it? I'm just going to put a tad more. I don't know if it'll make that much difference. I want it to be dark. I don't want it to be... that's getting there, isn't it? Right. You can still see pretty opaque when pretty transparent when it runs off. Don't, no worries. Unless I can find, oh, it's made me a bit nervous now, that has, but never mind, let's go with it. So now we're going to pop some, this, I prefer this pigment. It just seems to give a much better colour density in the paint. So I use this little spreader trowel thing. So 2, 3 good wallops in there. See where that goes. Make sure you stir slowly to start so that you don't get a face full of pigment powder, because that is not good. And look, these are pearlescent as well. I mean, honestly, they were as cheap as chips. And look at the colour. Isn't that a beautiful colour? I hope you can see it. It's like a pearl blue. I just think that's beautiful. I love metallics and pearl colours. I'm a bit done with the plain colours. Not that there's anything wrong with plain colours, but at the moment I'm going through a pearlescent phase. I often do acrylic pouring artwork as well in there, but I've run out of American Floetrol, which I like to use as a pouring medium, and I have to wait now for it to come, so I'm just a bit annoyed with myself for forgetting. I think that'll be fine. So that was 4, and now we're going to do the same with the gold. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's try 3. That looks quite a lot. I think they were very big spoonfuls. I mean, Julie Cuts is amazing because she measures everything and she knows exactly what goes into everything. She's so organised. I'm a little bit more gung-ho. I'll just have a go and see what turns up. Next video I'll show you what I did yesterday, which was my first go at the striations, and it didn't turn out too bad actually, but they're just sitting with a dome coat on the top at the moment, so I can't really show them to you. Going to see Maverick this afternoon, Tom Cruise. Always good to have a date with Tom Cruise, isn't it? Hope it's good and lives up to expectations. Okay, right. That's pretty good. So you can see it's loads of air bubbles. So what I might do, and please don't do this at home, I'll just give a quick, do you see that? I mean, bearing in mind these paper cups, it's not the best idea. So yeah, be very careful. Now some foil in the last one. I've got all these little tiny samples, so I'm just going to put a load in of different colours. I need to get some, well, I've ordered some, I mean, it's cheap as chips again off Amazon. I mean, oh gosh. But again, these little bits cost me next to nothing. Come on, out you come. Yeah, I've got another one here. You need it to be sort of quite full, if you know what I mean. Quite sticky. So look, I've just put a little bit of resin in there and I've mashed it up now. Hopefully that'll work for the centre of the tiles. Okay, now first of all, let's go with the, remove those. You can see the 4 coasters, yeah. Oh gosh, you know, the one thing I've forgotten is to keep some clear. I'm going to put you on hold and just mix up some clear. Okay, I'm back again. Got my clear, that's now degassing itself. So what I'm going to do for all of them, I'm going to start at the edge and do this around the edge, first of all. Just a thin line, hopefully. If it doesn't come splurging out, let's give it a pinch. Whoops. Oh, that's not very thin, is it? Oops. Oh lordy lord, my wobbly hands. Plus I'm nervous about this video. It doesn't have to be sort of bang on accurate because you can move it. in a mo. I don't want to make these too thick. It's going to be a bit tricky, isn't it? So if you've got gaps, you can just push it in. Just go around the edges and push it in. Also helps get rid of any air bubbles. That's all right, I think. That one's okay. Yep, that one's okay. Okay, the next one I'm going to go with is the blue. Try and do a thin, she says. Oh, these are going to be lopsided, but never mind. Okay, and then I'm going to go with some gold. Just pouring that into the centre. Oh, that's not clever. Be careful of those drips. Okay, so now I'm going to pour some clear. Let's just give this a quick degas. Goodness me, so many bubbles. Let's give it a quick. Be careful you don't melt your mould or your plastic, like I am. Okay, and then with the clear, I'm just going to pour that directly into the centre, or where I want the centre to be. And that's going to sort of go under and push my other colours. Okay, and I'm going to pop this gold mix into the centre. Just have enough for the four of them. Hopefully that will sort of just stay around there somewhere. Okay. See how the colours go? It's amazing, isn't it? A little bit of magic. Okay. So I wanted to do this. This is the holder for the coasters. I'm hoping I've got it the right way up. I don't think it's that way. I think it's that way. And I'm going to use the rest of my resin. I think first of all I'll put in some clear. And I'm hoping that will go down the middle. No, it's not going to go down these fiddly edges, middle bits. So I'm going to just do that by hand. I guess the weight of the resin will push itself around anyway, so. I'll just give that a little tap. Try and get the air bubbles up. Let's give these a little. Right. Aren't they interesting? It just fascinates me that then you come back an hour later and it's doing something completely different. I've left room in the moulds to just sort of give them a dome coat if necessary. No, I'm not sure whether I'm going to use the front or the back of them. Again, we'll have to see. Right, so I've done some clear. I think I've finished with the purple. I'll put some gold in. Let's see where that goes. Can't talk when I'm doing this because it's got to be so steady. Oh my lord. I'm guessing it's got to come up to the top here, so we've still got quite a way to go. I'm going to put some blue in. Let's pinch it a bit smaller, that should give me more. Silly. That's better. I want a bit flying all over the place. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Silly me. Okay, that's some blue. Now let's go with some, where is it, the rest of the purple. I haven't got much of this left. Some resin. Well, we know why, it's because I splodged it on there, so let's just do a thin trickle of purple. I mean, we've got no idea what these colours are going to do, left to their own devices, so it's good fun waiting to find out. I won't be able to unmould them till the morning, so it's a bit of purple. Let's put a bit more clear in there. Actually, no, I'm not going to put clear in yet. I'm going to put more colour in, get rid of the colour. So I'm following the lines of it. Right, that'll do. No, it's hard to tell. No, I'm going to put some purple in there. Just the last little bit. That might not go anywhere. No, I don't think it's going to go anywhere, so I won't worry that. A little bit more gold. And then let's finish up with the clear. Now that to me looks like it's slightly lopsided, so I'm just going to lift it and hopefully just get onto that stick. Oh, it's made a mess. I want it to run back away from that edge. And I think now for good measure, I mean it's got to cover, obviously, because you want a base. Looks a bit of a mess. Bit of a dog's dinner. Never mind. It'll be what it will be. It's the first time I've done this sort of a thing. So, as I say, every day is a school day. Never be disappointed. Always rejoice in what you do. And be glad you did it. Right, I'm going to get a baby wipe. And off. That's like a bit of a dog's dinner. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to have to leave this. I'm just tidying up with a baby. Baby wipes are amazing with resin. Even, I mean, push comes to shove, I can just that's pretty good. We've broken the bank. I'm going to leave that after I've degassed. I love that word, degassed. I'm degassing. Looks like they're all okay. So can you see the striations beginning to come on these? Fascinating. What I'll do is I'll bring you back tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, and we'll have a look at see what we've ended up with. Wish me good luck, because as I say, first video, first try, second lot of striations, and this mess in the corner. Okay.